Hi everyone, Rod Cullerton back again. I've just driven up to the border. This is where we departed with Hoodie's family, got him home safely. So I just come up, I'll just show you there. We're at the so-called political limitation. I'm going to take a stroll. I'll get out of the wind. I'm going to take a stroll over to our WA coppers and ask them what gives them the right to walk out onto Commonwealth jurisdiction and make unsolicited, which I believe are unsolicited demands. And like I said, I'm happy to go public with this now because the law makes the claim, and if Mark McGowan, the acting Premier of Western Australia, which you know he is acting, if he wants to serve me documents and take me and prosecute me, I'm open to it. He can just ring me. Anyone can ring me. Well, not anyone. I don't want the public. Anyone in his office, I guess, purported office. Otherwise, I'm happy to take the documents, and I'm happy to challenge this, not for myself, but all Australians. But as I apologise if it cut out, but it tends to cut out on me. But I'm prepared. I've been doing notes, and I'm prepared to take another argument, which is a lot better than Clyde Palmer's argument, to the High Court in its original jurisdiction and make sure it sits under constitutional law. But look, I said to you that I'd come in, and I'm just going to come in here, and I'm going to make a phone call to the I've got to just hear me out here. What's the PIN number to this phone? I've just got to find out what the PIN number is to the phone. But anyone looking at my last video, that cut out too. But anyway, listen, I'm going to ring the Federal Police. We need to cut to the chase here. 0 2 5 1 2 6 1 2 3 4. Let's see if we can get this phone. I reckon, yep, we're ringing.
Welcome to the AFP switchboard. Please note, your call will be recorded.
That's good. I want it recorded.
If you are calling about the COVID-19 state and territory border restrictions, please contact your local state or territory Department of Health. If you are calling in regards to scam callers that appear to be calling from the Australian Federal Police, these people usually warn that there's been a fraud issue linked to your account and request personal details, including your name, address and bank details. The AFP will never call you and threaten arrest via the phone or request for you to pay a fine or transfer money to a bank account. If you're in doubt about these calls, please contact ScamWatch at scamwatch.gov.au. Otherwise, please hold the line to talk to someone from the National Operations State Service Centre.
Australian Federal Police, can I help you?
I understand this phone call's been recorded.
That's correct.
Thank you. I consent to that. Listen, I've just got a query. I'm currently out on the political limitations out at the quarantine centre between South Australia and Western Australia, out near Euclid. Are you familiar with that jurisdiction?
No, I'm not. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, it's what the states claim to be a border between... now, what I'm doing is I'm actually politically campaigning on behalf of a whole heap of members of party and the Australian public in general, and I just wanted to ask a simple question because I understand I am currently on air highway. If I go through the political limitation, why the WA police would be approaching me on a Commonwealth highway, which is federal jurisdiction, and why the Australian Federal Police aren't out at this alleged political limitation or what they call a border. Can you explain that to me?
Hold the line and I'll put you through.
Thank you.
Federal Police, Kane speaking.
Oh, g'day. Oh, listen, I'm about to enter onto Air Highway. Now, I'm currently out. Are you aware of the WA South Australian political limitation, which is out near Border Village in Western Australia and South Australia?
No, I'm not familiar with that.
Well, the question I'm asking, I'm actually federally campaigning at the moment, and what I wanted to do was go and interview some candidates in South Australia, but the West Australian Police are saying that I have to be fully vaccinated to come home again. But the question I have for you is, because I'm on Commonwealth jurisdiction, as all major roads are, because we're one self-governing colony, how may the West Australian Police approach me on Commonwealth jurisdiction? Why isn't the Australian Federal Police out at this political limitation?
Right, so all of the quarantine and border restriction stuff, that's conducted by Department of Health and State Police.
Yes, but
He has no involvement in that.
but yes, I'm grateful that you say it's a quarantine centre, and I understand that. But the Biosecurity Act is Commonwealth, and we're not we're not guilty of a crime labelling any infectious disease or a risk to the community, so I'm not sure how the Public Health Act would apply.
Look, I understand your concerns with this sort of thing. We get a lot of calls in regards to this stuff, but it's really not our area of expertise. All of this sort of stuff is Department of Health and State Police.
Yes, but federal police are responsible for Commonwealth jurisdiction, correct?
That's correct. Commonwealth crimes?
Well, I believe there's a crime being committed, because I strongly believe, and the law claims to be, that the WA police or any state police have no jurisdiction to approach and make any unsolicited demands on Commonwealth jurisdiction, which is your highway. So that's
Right.
yeah, can I make a complaint?
It doesn't sound like a Commonwealth crime to me.
Well, what do you say it is?
So you're not a Commonwealth...
Well, yes, hang on, stop.
I need you to go to the AFP website and look up what a Commonwealth crime is.
Well, it's offensive against the Commonwealth. In actual fact, I'm a Commonwealth public officer. So I'm wondering why a state cop can approach me on Commonwealth jurisdiction and make unsolicited demands on how I return to my right of my address and where I peacefully live, within a one self-governing colony.
Look, I understand what you're saying, but I really don't have any advice I can give you on this sort of
I'm not ringing for advice. You should know the law. I'm asking, how may a West Australian police officer walk out on Commonwealth jurisdiction and tell me to get out of my vehicle and make unsolicited demands when I want to maintain my right of travelling through Australia unfettered with beautiful intercourse, as we all enjoy, and I've got a state cop telling me I've got to do something that I'm not lawfully bound to do?
Look, there's not really much I can tell you in regards to this. They do have the power to stop you.
Well, can you send me where they have the power? My email is rod.cullerton@greataustralianparty.com.au. Can you forward me where you claim they have the power to approach me on Commonwealth jurisdiction?
Look, this is a state-based offence, and you're going to have to contact your state police in regards to this one.
All right, well, I'm going over to them now, and I'm going to ask them that I've already rung the federal police, and I'm going to walk over there now.
Okay, no worries.
Before you go, what is your name and rank?
Kane?
Kane, and what's your surname?
My AFP number is 24434.
Yep. Yep, and your surname?
Gomba, Gomba.
Okay, good on you, mate. Hey, I'm not ringing up to make an argument. I just need some clarity, but you understand what I'm saying. How?
I do understand what you're saying.
Well, why isn't the Australian?
It is a state jurisdiction one.
But hang on a minute. You just told me that you agree that Commonwealth, all the roads, which are the highways, are Commonwealth jurisdiction, which is you agreed to. So how may that be state?
Each state has their own border restrictions, which is enforced by their state police. That's why you have to bring it up with them.
Okay, so you agree that there is a border out here?
What, between SA and WA?
Do you acknowledge that there is a border?
I'm not too sure where you're travelling to and from, but from what you've told me, you have an issue exiting WA and re-entering?
Yes, but is that a border?
Well, it's a state border, obviously, because you're entering one state and then going into another.
So you agree that that's a border?
Yes.
Okay, well then how may that be when our borders are 12 mile out to sea?
I'm talking about state borders.
Yeah, well we're one self-governing colony, the only political limitation, but you're saying borders because Federation made us one colony, did it not?
I understand we're going in circles now.
No, we're not. We're just trying to get to the foundation law. We're just trying to get...
If you have any issues with travelling interstate and going back, you have to talk to your state police or Department of Health. They're probably better geared up to give you information in regards to this stuff.
Yeah, but I'm not...
handling this.
Yes, but that's the key word, isn't it? Into state. I'm not travelling interstate. I'm travelling through Australia. I'm not travelling interstate. So...
Are you travelling from Western Australia to South Australia?
I'm travelling through Australia. I'm coming from the western side, heading to the eastern side. And I might go to the southern side, depending on the weather, but if it's too cold down there, I'll go to the northern side.
Okay, I understand the dilemma here, and you have to contact your state police, Department of Health.
Well then, what's the purpose of having the Australian Federal Police if you're not prepared to... because you're governed by the Constitution, is that correct?
Look, this isn't an AFP matter. We're going in circles here. I've directed you where to go. I'm going to have to terminate the phone call.
I beg your pardon?
I'm going to have to terminate the phone call now. I've given you advice on where you can go with these questions.
No, but I didn't ring for advice. But why would you want to terminate the phone call?
All right, I'm going to terminate the phone call now.
Okay, well, here we go. Here we go. Let's go for a walk. I've got to go for a walk. I've got to go for a walk. Oh, I've got to go for a walk. I mean, fair dinkum. These coppers don't even know their bloody job. Let's go for a walk. But I'll have to tell them, they're getting very sensitive with me, Australians. Here's a guy. Here's the toot, mate. There they go. Poor old truckies, you know, they drive day and night. But there you go, there's a copper out on Commonwealth Jurisdiction, state cop, see there with the fluoro vest. Look, I don't know, we just become so apathetic. You know, the people that we pay, you know, we're paying them to do a job and they don't even know their job. I mean, it's just bullshit, but it's the failure of the Senate. So, nah, mate, I'd keep going if I was you. Keep travelling through Australia, mate. The law's on your side. Good on you, mate. You just keep going. Read that sign, see? No requirement to stop here. Put your foot down. See? No requirement to stop here. But people are still very apathetic and, you know, just want to be doing... Everyone's living in fear, really. Now, these guys might get shitty with me. See, this guy's going to cause an accident. Yeah, this guy's going to go round him because this is what happens. So in actual fact, it's not safe because people are living in fear that they can't travel throughout Australia. So road train just goes around him because he knows. So listen, I might have to come down to some basic filming here because they might get shitty with me. But see, there's a state plate and here's a cop car, see here. And guess what? As a state plate, Western Australia, it means he needs a licence to be on Commonwealth Jurisdiction. Here we go. There's the police. Where's your line, mate? Where's your line? Where's the border?
Basically, in the middle of that sign there.
I'm filming this too. Where is it?
So basically, the middle of that sign there,
Yeah.
basically draw a diagonal line. And
Oh, so it goes across on a diagonal.
yeah, so see that metal stud there?
Yeah, give us a look. Yeah, that's it, is it?
Yeah, basically a diagonal path from here.
Oh, straight
that
through.
direction.
So that's definitely a border
Yeah,
or a political limitation.
it's a border.
Border, right, eh? Who said it was a border? Can I just grab your attention for a minute? Can I grab your attention for a minute? You're at work. Well, I've got a political bus over there. I need to ask a question. If I go... No, come on. I need to ask a question. What's that? What do you mean you got no comment? Excuse me? I'm filming because my lawyers asked me to film. I've got a political bus over there and I'm politically campaigning.
No worries. Can I get you to wear a mask? Is that okay?
I'm exempt.
Yeah, you don't have to. It's because I deal with drivers that come in.
No, but I'm happy to stay my distance from you.
That's fine.
And I don't get offended by you wearing a mask.
No, I have to wear one.
But you're a constable. Yeah, you don't have to take a drink. Anyway, I've got a political bus. I want to know if I come into travel through Australia, that I can come back again without any restriction or what you're going to post. Because what I've done is I've rung the hotline.
Yep.
They said it's the West Australian Police that are telling us that we have to be double vaccinated, not the health department.
Oh, okay.
Because that's what you're telling people, aren't you?
They're directions to MP, yes.
Yes.
So you have to be double vaxxed if you're from, realistically, if you come through South Australia, which
Yeah.
you'll have to obviously to get through because of the new blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have to be double vaccinated, yes.
Right, but they said to me that I don't, and I need to come here and ask why the WA Police is making the command that I have to be double vaccinated. So do you have that law so I can cite it here today?
So it's probably not really my rank or level to explain all that sort of stuff, because that's well above me. I
Yep.
need to do obviously what my superiors tell me to do.
But do you know, can I just say one thing, because it's very touchy.
Okay.
Do you know you as a constable, right, to become a constable, because I'm a former federal senator,
Okay.
you take an oath to hold your office.
Yeah.
You do not have to take an instruction from a higher ranking official. Do you understand that?
Okay, yeah, I think we're not on the same page with that.
Yeah,
Obviously,
okay.
I'm not doing it blindly, but
Do they teach you the Constitution?
okay.
Because that's our rights to come through here.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't teach you that?
I'm going to admit, this conversation is probably not best for someone of my rank.
Righto,
Which you can
okay.
tell.
Yeah, which is sad because you're the one imposing the directions here. That's all right. I really appreciate you, mate. You're a top fellow. Are you a sergeant?
No, I'm not. Everyone thinks that. Funny last name.
Good on, you're a top man. You have a great...
So what's your question, so I can make sure when you do come
Okay,
no issues?
okay. I have to tell you this. I'm a Commonwealth Public Officer, former federal senator.
Okay.
I know, and the law says, that we can travel through a one self-governing colony. This is not a border, it's a political limitation. The law says that. Okay? I want to know why I can't travel through Australia without the WA, because you're on Commonwealth jurisdiction here.
Okay.
Where do you have the jurisdiction to walk out to me if I stay in my vehicle?
That'll be a question for my supervisor, I think. Like,
Can I have him here now?
Of course.
Yeah, lovely.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
No worries.
Thank you. Well, you can't get much better than that, can you? I didn't think it was on an angle. I thought it was straight across, up and down. Left, right, left. All like meerkats. Oh, they're all coming. They're all coming out doing the surveillance on me, doing all the checks. I'm just asking a valid question. Why I can't go home for Christmas? Got to get the supervisor. So here it all is here. So this is it. There you go. We're definitely here. Now they're recording. They're bringing their recorders out now. Here we go. This is going to get deadly. Here we go. Here she comes. Jeez, bloody Indians are circling the wagon now. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Looks like I'm in trouble. I've got the paddy wagon here. Here we go. Masks are on. Got the whole cavalry now. I'll talk to him over at my bus. He can come over to my bus. I'll talk to him over there. Yeah, well, he wants to talk to me here. I'm not here to cause any arguments, but am I required to give that at the moment? Well, former Senator Rod Cullerton, I'm recording because my lawyers asked me to record. Okay, we are politically campaigning for the up-and-coming federal election. Are you aware of the federal election that's You're not aware of any federal election that may be...
I've got a few things on my plate at the moment.
No, I need to ask why at this quarantine centre, when I have a right to travel freely throughout Australia as one self-governing colony, why the WA police are imposing a restriction on me to go through Australia and then come back and say that I've got to be double vaccinated to go home. Why is that?
Because that's the law at the moment.
Well, can you provide me that law, sir?
It's under the State Emergency Management Act.
Yes, but we're on Commonwealth jurisdiction, and I'm not guilty of a crime carrying infectious disease.
Okay, Rob, I'm not...
No, Rod.
Oh, Rob, sorry.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I'm not telling you what you're doing now is illegal. It's not. I'm telling you, if you go over that way, there's certain conditions mean you come back into Western Australia. If you're going to abide by those conditions...
But are they binding on me?
Yeah, yes they are.
Well, can you show me where they're binding on me?
You are more than...
Can you provide that? Because you're making...
I'm giving you an old direction.
But you're on Commonwealth jurisdiction, sir. So am I. You're a state cop. I've just rung the Australian Federal Police and they've agreed this is Commonwealth jurisdiction. I don't have to get out of my car and a federation allowed me a free access throughout Australia.
What the problem is...
So you want to take me now into state jurisdiction and talk to me? I'll stay on Commonwealth, actually. No, I want to stay on Commonwealth jurisdiction. I know where you want to take me. I don't want to contract with you. No, I haven't. I'm in. He told me the alleged political limitations over there. So I have been here all the time.
Okay, well, I believe we're in Western Australia now because that's the border.
Yeah, I am in. Well, I'm over there.
All right, so I'm dealing with you as a West Australian police officer. You're on West Australian ground right now. You understand that?
Well, yes, I understand that.
Right.
I'm on Commonwealth.
Okay,
on Commonwealth jurisdiction, sir. Sorry,
Okay,
that's where I am.
I'm a WA police officer.
You're a state police
Okay,
officer.
this is the state that I police, and as far as I'm concerned, I'm in Western Australia right now.
Yes, but isn't this Commonwealth jurisdiction,
I'm
sir?
not getting into an argument about it, all right?
It is.
Cullerton, this is Western Australia.
Yep.
As far as I'm concerned, I will enforce the laws and the policies of the West Australian government.
Yes.
By the police commissioner.
But only over to there, but not on here. So if I don't get out of the vehicle...
The border goes through there. So if you want to enter Western Australia, and once you come into Western Australia, and you haven't made the provisions to come in, then you can be subject to prosecution.
But I'm not coming into Western Australia. I'm travelling through Australia. We're a self-governing colony. One colony, sir.
Okay, I work for the West Australian government.
Right. Well, there's a problem.
There's the creed. I'm not gonna
So your allegiance is to the government, not to the Crown. Is that right?
actually sort of yes and no.
Yeah, beautiful. That's all I needed. Thank you. That's all I need to do. I can no longer entertain a conversation with you.
Yeah, right. Well, you have a good day.
Yeah, same. And you have a Merry Christmas.
And I've got to give you fair warning, sir.
Oh, here we go.
If you come back through here and you don't meet the legislative
No,
requirements...
I'm over here, mate. I'm over here.
I'm not interested in what you're
No, but I
doing
can't
there.
talk to you anymore, sir, because you're authorised by the Australian government. So, yes,
Whereabouts is your vehicle?
over here, sir. I'm a former federal senator, and I know my shit. I tell you, I'm over this crap.
Oh, well, that's good.
Here.
How come you're not a senator anymore?
Because I'm running for Parliament again.
Oh, so
Great Australian Party. Come and I'll show you.
You're right. Did you lose the last election?
No, you're starting to get personal.
I'm just asking, trying to build up.
No, I didn't lose the last election. There I am there.
Okay. So
That's
whereabouts you heading to? Do you want me to give you some information on entering South Australia?
No, I just came out to the border and I wanted to know why the WA police are walking onto Commonwealth jurisdiction making unsolicited demands on our Australian people.
Well, because this is Western Australia.
No, but this isn't. This is a Commonwealth. See here?
It's Western Australia.
Yes, but it's Commonwealth jurisdiction. You're on state there.
This is Western Australia. How could this not be Western Australia?
Well, how could this be not Commonwealth?
I'm not interested in the Commonwealth side.
Oh, you're not interested in the... But what's this? Well, then why doesn't Western Australia pay for the upkeep of this road?
That's something that's a political
Because it...
argument, I would think.
Now, here, I'll take... Here, look at this, sir. Come and I'll show you something. No, I'm going to give you a bit of a...
I'm not a sir, I'm an NCO.
An NCO.
I'm a sergeant.
And you know what? I respect you.
Sir,
But see that there? See that there? See that there?
What am I looking at?
The number plate.
Yeah.
That's a number plate like any other car on...
Yeah.
You need a licence from the licensor. The licensor is the Commonwealth. You need a licence for your car.
I have got one.
You're a licensee.
That's
See what I mean? If
No,
you...
but-
You'd have federal plates on your car, mate. So...
federal place. That's a state place.
That's right. You need permission to be on this Commonwealth road. I was a senator and I know what the funding
What
is.
sort of place you got on your car?
State exactly like you. I've got to pay a licence, same as you.
I don't understand what you...
That means you need permission, sir.
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't? So you can drive around... Well, then why is that licensed?
I can drive around in any state I like in that car.
I know you can, so can I.
Yeah.
But why have you got that licensed?
Because it's got to be a registered motor vehicle to meet with the Road Traffic Act to be on the road.
But it needs to be on licence. You need a licence to drive on...
Road. Is this deemed to be a road?
Well, who's paying the upkeep for this road?
I'd say the Australian taxpayers.
Well, what are they then? The Commonwealth. Thank you. See you later. No, I am different because I want to make a stand because this is nonsense and I respect the WA police.
All I'd ask, sir, is that one thing, if you do go across here and you come back in, that I'm more than happy to explain the conditions of entry for you.
But there are no conditions. I'm not coming into Western Australia. I'm travelling through Australia.
Okay, sir, but when you come across here, through that border post there, at the quarantine checkpoint, we'll be subject for your vehicle to be inspected anyway for procedures and whatever.
Yes, I agree. It's a quarantine centre. Yeah. I agree. It's not a border. It's a quarantine centre.
Which is run by WA Ag or DPERT.
Yeah.
WA state run.
Yes, yes, and they've got permission from the Commonwealth.
Okay, so when you come through here, you also have to interact with the WA police. And
no, but what for? I don't.
No, if I. An argument with you about it, but I'm just telling you, so there's not a scene here that you understand there are certain conditions of entry.
Will you make me be double vaccinated if I come?
No, I won't let you in.
To where? Australia? You won't let me into Australia?
No, into Western Australia.
But we're in Australia. We're a one self-governing colony. This is just the western side of Australia.
If you'd like to put that down.
Yeah, give us your email address. No, come on.
No,
actually, I'll get your... It's Russell Chamberlain, Sergeant 6670.
Yeah. All right,
okay.
I don't know. I think Australia...
Where are you from?
Where am I from?
Yeah, here. Yeah, Eucla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. If you'd like to have a
personal...
about general stuff and about...
I'd love to.
I'm more than happy, but I won't do it on...
No, and I'm happy to... I'll accept that. Shake it here, sir.
Shake your hand, sir.
You need a mask to shake my hand.
well, actually, next time if you come in here and don't wear a mask, I'll ask you to leave.
No, I'm exempt.
All right. Well, where's your exemption?
Well, see, there's an offence. You can't ask for it. That's privilege. See, so you got to start understanding your law.
Right, but what you've got, I do understand the law. What you've got to understand is I've got an obligation to protect the people working at the checkpoint. All right. I don't really know you from Avara, so.
Yeah, but we'll know each other. Don't worry. You'll probably vote for me in the end.
I don't think so.
Oh, are you?
And what you need to understand is that there's a workstation there.
Yeah.
Right? And the rules that I've asked people to abide by, in the interest of everybody, is to please wear a mask.
Yes, but it doesn't say that. There's no sign up there.
I've just told you.
No, but when I went there, you weren't there. I had to call for you.
That's why I asked you to
But you need to instruct your...
I don't. They know their job very well. They don't want any conflict. They want to de-escalate anything, which is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
So now I'm telling you, if you go in there again, sir, could you please wear a mask for the safety of everybody?
The answer will be no, because I'm exempt.
Okay.
And I'm not required
That's
to wear a
no,
mask.
Well, please don't go over there.
Well, I'm happy to stay on Commonwealth jurisdiction. You don't have to approach me, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay?
Please,
I'll see you around Australia.
please do not come back into West Australia unless you meet the obligations that are currently legislated under state emergency act.
I'll be travelling through Australia, sir. Thank you. Yeah, same to you, and have a great Christmas. They just do not know their law. And this is the failing of the federal senators, everyone. I just can't do this any better and basic and come out and do the front line. You know, there you go. How may a state cop walk and make unsolicited demands while you sit in your vehicle on Commonwealth jurisdiction? The answer is no. Do not contract with them. They don't know their law, and they just think state law overrides Commonwealth. That's a nonsense, absolute nonsense. So to me, I think everyone should download this video, keep it in your files, go to clause 5 of the Constitution, which binds you to that act, go to clause 8, which gets rid of the Colonial Boundaries Act, meaning no internal borders. They just didn't want to know. They're going on a general acceptance. That is not good enough. Our rights and freedoms are eroded in this country because of fuckwits like the politicians, not the police officers. He was all right, to be honest. He just did not know where he stood, and he just didn't. He's happy to have a look at all my material. You heard him off camera, and I'm happy to do that. Sit down with a sergeant and point out the law to him, because he is so wrong, and he's affecting everyone's rights going home for Christmas. Well, who the bloody hell's he out in the middle of Eucla? So, anyway, give him a big toot. Truck is on the way. Here we are. Thank you. Signing off. We're heading back to Perth. Keep an eye out for the notifications. I'll see you. We'll be in Norseman. We're pretty much going to express run it because we sort of lost a bit of time yesterday. But there you go. I can't spell this out better for anyone on what these uneducated individuals are doing, which is affecting all our and making us live in fear. There you go. I got the kingpin out, and he didn't know his law, but he did engage with me. Notice how he wanted to contract with me on state jurisdiction. Did you see how he got out of the vehicle trying to pull me on state jurisdiction? I said, no, I'm going to stay on Commonwealth. Don't you ever get off your Commonwealth jurisdiction, because that's where your rights and freedoms lie, and we must all unite together, go back, get our honest seat of government, because all the Commonwealth Office of Senators, Commonwealth Offices of Lower House members, the Office of the Governor-General, Attorney-General, Commonwealth Office, all these Commonwealth offices are vacant. We must go back and get them and get out of the ABN number, get some real flesh and skin and people with a heart, which Great Australian Party is, to go back and get our country back. Bye-bye. God bless. Love you all. What a fucking interview.